Right, we've walked now only another 100 yards further east, and we can see the main sandstone unit here at Rodney Point, Orcombe Point, is where we have further layers which are cross-bedded. Cross-bedded means the layers are not all at the normal orientation. The normal orientation here is nearly horizontal, and a lot of those are at this curved angle, 45-30 degrees to the main horizontal layers. And if I walk round the corner, we'll see even more clear evidence of that. Here we have what we can see perhaps even clearer evidence of cross-bedding, where the layers which are about 3 meters up the cliff are at a different angle to the others. And generally, most of these cross-bedded units are formed in an environment where we have currents bringing material, wind or perhaps water, and depositing sediment at an angle. Now, about 3 meters off the beach, we have got a couple of layers again which are looking slightly darker, muddy red, with the lighter material, thin layers of about half a centimetre, and then some vertical lines which are spaced out, and they are light coloured as well. Now, these are quite likely to be cracks in mud, the darker colour being the mud material, and those cracks seem to have been either filled in with a material that's not oxidised, that's why it's the light colour, or at a later stage has lost the oxidation of the iron. So one thing that's not really been looked at the moment is where this environment might have been. So what have we got so far? We've got red sandstones, red mudstones. We have got layers which are predominantly near horizontal, they change around the corner, and we've got layers which are at completely different angles. We've also got what we had a few hundred yards back was bioturbation. Something is disturbing the bedding surface. We've got these light coloured layers from time to time, and here the muddy material, the darker material, where some of the light coloured layers have got these vertical lines which could be interpreted as desiccation cracks, mud, the dark coloured material, cracking and then being filled in at a later date. So the environment we are looking at is one that would normally form in an arid desert. Arid means dry, not entirely dry. Any desert will have less than 10 inches of rain a year by definition, so you can still get some rain in flash floods. And when that does happen, we do have material brought down. But predominantly in a desert, you get wind deposits. Right, well, we've walked round the corner, and because we've almost turned 90 degrees, we're going properly east now, we've got layers which are no longer horizontal. We can't see the cross-bedding at this point, but the main feature is the fact that you have got some sandstone, some thinner layers of sandstone which are a lighter colour, and predominantly, further round to the right we go, the more of the red beds, which are the dark mudstone, and with the vertical lines being where the water from rain has formed little gullies. But the fact that all the layers are now slanting to the right at about 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees is the main feature of this bit of coastline, because as we go further east to the right, we have got progressively younger and younger material that's on top of what we see here, appearing all the way down to Old Harry Rocks at the other end of the coast, 94 miles. So we have a predominant dip, that's the name for the bedding which is featured here, the dip of about 5 to 8 degrees to the east. So as we go east, we go down to Strait Point, where the firing range is, and beyond that we go into the Budleigh-Salterton area, where there's a pebble bed which is about 10-20 metres thick, which is where the pebbles are up to 10-20 centimetres across, and that layer is quite unique along this section of coast, although we can't see it here, because it contains pebbles which are much older than the material produced at this point. This material is about 260 million years old, whereas the material further east at Budleigh is a bit younger by only a few million years, but is containing pebbles which are considerably older.